You ready to talk about
Pig?
You're some fucking homeless asshole who probably fucks his pig.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Mostly Wrong Opinions. I am Tyrone. That person right there is Devin. All right, check this out. We got a new movie review for today. Guess what it is? Pig.
I'm looking for a truffle pig. Someone stole her.
I don't understand.
Tell him who you are.
It is a movie that we both thought that was going to be very disgusting, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing in the movie, is kind of subverting your expectations. Like, you think the movie is going to be one thing, and then it's not that. You think Nicolas Cage's character is going to be one thing, but he's not that. You think he's going to do something, but then he doesn't do it. And you're like, wait, what? Huh? What? And by the end of it, by the time you figure out what this movie is, what the movie is doing, you're like so deep into it, and it gets you.
Yeah, it gets you, man. Like a pig.
I don't fuck my pig.
This movie was directed by Michael Sarnowski. This movie takes place in a little wilderness that's outside of Portland, Oregon, and it's so the cinematography in it when in the woods is very, very nice. It's getting all the shots of the wilderness and everything, and Nicolas Cage is out there, you know, just being a wilderness type of man with a pig. Okay,
looking for truffles. He uses this pig to find and dig up truffles for a guy. I
had to Google truffles. I don't know nothing about no truffle.
Okay. You ever had truffle oil?
It's too delicate for me.
Okay.
It's too bourgeois. So,
well, I will say, go try some truffle fries. It's easy to get, and they're delicious.
Okay. It's a certain type of fungus that they say it is.
Yeah, it's like a mushroom.
Yeah, it's like a mushroom.
It's got a very strong smell. It's a very distinctive smell, and it smells very good, and it tastes very good.
Yeah, and it's very hard to like find and grow.
Right. The best way to get them is with a truffle pig, and the truffle pig goes out there, snorts and sniffs around in the dirt until he finds this fungus, and it's of course a delicacy in a lot of fine dining cuisines. So yeah, Nicolas Cage's character, his name is Rob. He's out there digging up truffles, and for this guy who lives in the city, then one day while they're sleeping, I was waiting for the sound effect. Some junkies bust in and steal the pig, and Nicolas Cage is absolutely pissed. He's so mad. In fact, he doesn't take a shower. He doesn't do anything. He goes straight to the town. He's like, let's go. I got to get my pig back immediately. And he spends the whole movie looking an absolute wreck. He's got blood all down his face, got bloody face, got bumps and bruises all over his face. He looks disgusting. He looks like a nasty pig man. And and he looks like he's on the verge of violence at any moment.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a man-bear pig.
Man-bear pig simply wants to get you. I'm super cereal.
He looks like he's going to explode out in violence at any moment. And especially considering the little that we know about him in the beginning. But as the movie goes on, we learn more and more about his past, more about why he ended up in the woods. And it's quite a moving story with far less violence than you would ever expect.
I'm telling you that the violence that is in this film is done to him, and he doesn't do anything.
Right. Yeah. There's a point where he's looking for his pig, and he goes to this underground fighting ring, and everyone's betting, and you're like, okay, so he's going to throw down in here. He puts his hands behind his back and promptly gets beaten half to death. He doesn't throw a single punch. And you're like, what in the heck? It keeps setting you up like this movie is going to be like John Wick, like any moment he's gonna do something awesome, and because every room he walks in, people are like, "Is that Robin Feld? Robin Feld? Is that Robin Feld?" Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna go in there and just kill everyone." Nope, he doesn't. He's just like, he gets his ass kicked, and then he's like, have you seen my pig? And you're like, oh my God.
Bro, the scene where he went inside of the fancy restaurant. Alex Wolff, by the way, amazing actor. Love Alex Wolff. Except for old, I hated him in that movie. But
well, that wasn't his fault. We'll talk about that later.
Sure wasn't. But this movie, he basically tells Nicolas Cage to tell him, you know, what we're here for, because he's the guy who he's selling these truffles to. And he tells the chef. He didn't even tell the chef anything. He just looks at the chef, and the chef is like, Robin Feld.
Right. And that was for me a big turning point. And I'm glad they cast that actor, because I thought he put in a fantastic performance as a chef who this is spoilers now. We're gonna go into spoiler territory. And I think, and I want to warn you only because I went into this film knowing nothing, and I thought it really helped elevate the film for me. So if you want to go in knowing nothing, please do. It's a lot of fun. But if you don't,
leave and then come back.
Just pause and come back. All right. Now that you're back, we learned that the chef that Robin is talking to was a former cook of Robin Feld, and Robin Feld
his understudy.
His understudy. And Robin Feld was it seemed like a world-renowned, or at least city-renowned chef. Like everyone, the amount of respect he gets is like ungodly, right? And so as soon as he realizes who this is, because of course the chef comes to the table standing, and as soon as he realizes who it is, he sits down, and he's like, "Oh, Robin, thank you for eating my food. Oh my God!" And he's like, "Your food fucking sucks. What's the concept? It's nasty. Didn't you want to open a pub?" And the guy, he's like smiling and crying,
and he's nervous and shit.
Yeah,
he's like they don't have bars don't make any money right now.
Pubs are a bad investment.
Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you. You live your life for them, and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself.
The actor really took a small character who really didn't even say that much, right? And really, to me, elevated him. Like the fear and the sadness, remorse in his face when he realizes that not only is he talking to his old boss, who is absolutely shitting all over his business, but he's realizing that he lost his love, and that his love was cooking the food he wanted, right? He had a whole menu set up for this other place, but it didn't make any financial sense. So he made this upscale place, which serves disgusting food, and Robin is so like disappointed in him. And you could tell like that disappointment still echoes down and still hurts this chef now. And I really like that scene. That was to me like a big standout scene.
It was a really great scene. I don't want to go into too many spoiler territories here, but what I am going to say what the theme of this film is, it is, I have to say it's mourning. It's mourning, loss.
Mourning the things exactly.
Yeah,
Loss and mourning the things that you love, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because everyone in this film has lost someone or something that they love, and through that loss, they seem to have lost themselves. And what's even more interesting is the people that have lost stuff. They've added on this layer of like fakeness, right? Everyone is like super pretentious. Like Robin Feld's buyer, he plays his classical music and he drives a fancy Camaro and all this stuff.
Penthouse.
But it's clear that he doesn't even really like classical music. You know what I mean? He's only doing it because it's something his dad did, you know? And his dad is successful, so he does it. So he wants to copy his dad. But deep down, he wants to turn off that radio too. And there's a great scene early on where him and Robin are quietly fighting over where the radio will go off and on. And our main character, the kid, he wants that radio off too, but he just thinks it's important to keep up appearances, but not to be himself. And Robin says to that chef that you're talking about, he says, "Don't you know that all this is fake? That these people, they don't matter. The customers, they don't matter. All that matters is like your passion, your love, and you lost it. So what do you have now? What do you have?"
Perfect.
I was just like, it's a haymaker.
Exactly, man. Great writing, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, What do you say about films like this? You say you came in expecting something, you got something totally different, and when there's totally different is in there, you're eating and you're like, this is new.
Yeah, it's like spicy. You know,
I taste something good in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, I kind of went in expecting like a dirty, nasty John Wick, and the movie knows you expect this because it's structured just like John Wick, where John Wick's dog died and he goes on a killing spree. In this movie, Robin Feld's pig goes missing and he's going to go look for him, and you expect him to go shoot up Portland, but he doesn't.
He goes on an asking spree.
Yeah, he does. He politely asks, and then he not so politely asks, and then he promptly gets his ass kicked, and then he gets some information, and then he just moves on and on and on. And his weapons aren't like John Wick, the weapons are the guns and the fists and all that stuff. His weapons are like his voice and his cooking.
No, his weapon, his main weapon is his name.
Oh yeah, of course, his reputation. But
yeah.
The thing about the film, he doesn't care about that, right? He doesn't care. He's almost embarrassed by that reputation because all he cares about is making and preparing good food, and you can tell that that's not necessarily good business, right? So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out, live in the woods, and make delicious food just for me because I enjoy it and my pig likes it. So goodbye. And there's this really great scene towards the end that reminded me a lot. I'm not gonna spoil it here, but it reminded me a lot of Ratatouille, where a character eats some food and these memories come flooding back. And unlike in Ratatouille, it's more or less silent, right? You just know by watching the film. You know what this character's thinking. You know what he feels. He doesn't have to say anything. He just breaks down crying, and you're like, damn. Because everybody's kind of had a meal like that like reminds you of something, like maybe your mom or a memory or something like that. And it's like, I thought that was quite moving.
When it hits this character, it hits you because you know the significance of where this feeling is coming from. Mm-hmm. After he tastes this food and who is prepared by. And the meaning behind that meal, and like, it was just great. I was like, good stuff. That's also another thing about this film. It's very quiet. Our Robin Feld's driver, like the guy his supplier, Alex Wolff, he talks a lot, but he doesn't actually say anything that moves the story forward, right? He just kind of rambles and talks because he thinks he's supposed to. Robin moves the story, played by Nicolas Cage. He moves the story forward, but he mostly does it through like his posture and his facial expressions. And I was like, wow, Nicolas Cage. I forgot he won an Oscar. This is an Oscar winner here. He's been making such bizarre, off the wall movies for so long that you forget. Like, damn, this dude is a awesome actor, and he killed it. Even the newest movie that's coming out, where it's about him,
it's
very off the wall. I think it's a comedy. I guess.
I don't know what it is, but it's certainly more in Nicolas Cage's wheelhouse. This isn't. I was kind of surprised that Nicolas Cage turned in such a quiet, soulful performance. Like, and this movie's got great details too. Like, it's interesting the food, because people keep offering him food. If you watch, you keep paying attention. People offer him food and he turns it down. He's like, nope. So it's interesting to see which food he eats and which food he doesn't. Like he ate some pastries from a pastry chef that he knew. Yep. He actually got two of those. So it's very interesting. Like, and then there's this like greasy spoon bar, and they're like, "Are you gonna order something?" He's like, "No, I'm not ordering anything from here."
Do you have a phone?
Are you gonna order something?
No.
Yeah.
So actually, I really like this movie quite a lot.
So without even doing any spoilers or anything, people, we're just gonna go into this rating of this film. This film surprised me. This film cinematography, especially in the beginning, was very good. It was written thoughtful. It was written very cohesive. It was written perfectly. It was acted well with Nicolas Cage and Alex Wolff. And everyone did a great job. It hid a message behind something that you didn't think a message could be hidden, and it's great. So with all that said, I have to give this film a 8.5.
I think an 8.5 is spot on because that's what I'm going to give it as well. This movie wisely follows John Wick's structure. I don't think people give John Wick enough credit for its fantastic structure. It wisely follows John Wick's structure where you are the movie, you could tell the movie existed before the film started, right? Because our main character has a reputation. He's not trying to find himself like the Tinder Bar film. He's found himself and people know him. But he doesn't seem to care, right? He doesn't care.
No.
He's just himself. And if you're in awe of that, great. If you're not, who gives a fuck? You know?
Exactly.
And this level of like confidence, it makes you curious. You're like, why are you like this? What's going on here? And that really propels us.
Dry blood on your face.
Yeah, it's another thing about like similar to John Wick. Our character played by Nicolas Cage, he gets his ass kicked so much. Oh my gosh! Just like John Wick, the power of that movie is John gets his ass kicked a lot. Right? He ends the movie missing fingers and black eyes, and it's crazy. And because of that, he always feels like he's on the back foot. And you always think, oh, you're going to lose. But then, of course, he doesn't, right? And it's the same thing here where you're like, why is he doing this? Why is he enduring so much pain, so much heartache? And then when you realize why, and it's so obvious as to why he's doing this, why he's going after this pig, it's like, of course, I get it. And it really hits you hard. It really hits you hard.
Yeah, man. So people, I gave this film an 8.5. Devin agrees with me. It is an 8.5 for him. Also, do you recommend it?
I absolutely recommend it. Go check it out. I wish I'd seen it earlier.
I wish I'd seen it earlier too. It is on Hulu, people. Check it out. This is one of Nick Cage's gems. All right.
Yeah, it really is.
Go ahead, check it out. That is our review for Pig.
Who has my pig?
We'd like to thank you for clicking on this video, man. We be having so much fun here. And if you want to have fun with us, go ahead and click that subscribe button, all right?
Right there.
It's right there. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything we do right here on Mostly Wrong Opinions, all right? Also, please hit that like button if you liked our review on this, because Devin does a lot of work on this video, so... what? So, but if you like, forget your work, you can leave a thumbs down if you want to.
Forget you too.
Whatever it is your opinion, people. But just remember one thing: it is mostly wrong. Pig.
That sounds disgusting. Well, that's good. I'm glad you tested negative.
I was like, "Ooh, this feels weird."
But it wasn't the one that like went way back. You just had to like go in your nostril, right?
I went way back.
No.